Hey, fun people! Welcome to Everything Aja. And if you're new here, hello. My name is Aja. I'm a curriculum specialist who specializes in helping parents and even homeschool moms. I mean, not parents, goodness, teachers and even homeschool parents manage their effective reading instruction. I help you prevent burnout by making reading easy, fun, and systematic. In fact, today we're talking about what is the best way to prevent burnout. So, in this little chat, we're just going to talk about teacher burnout and what you can do in order to avoid it. In fact, I have the solution for you. What? Yes, I figured it out. I figured out the key to teaching burnout. In fact, did you know that teacher burnout is the number one reason that we have a teacher shortage here right now in the United States? We have a major teaching shortage, and it is all because of teacher burnout. In fact, teachers are so burnt out that they are just leaving the profession altogether. I know so many of us talked about a few weeks ago, we on our Chatted Up Saturdays, we spoke about the teacher burnout and we talked about how to avoid it. And a lot of you guys stated that you were on the verge of either quitting or you thought about it, but somewhere in the back of your mind, burnout was so real that you too wanted to just chug up the deuces. So I'm going to share with you the solution. It's not going to be long. I'm going to get right to the point. But first, I want to show you something. And in order to do that, it has to show my whole screen. So bear with me. You're about to see my entire screen right now. But hopefully you can see that. Are you able to see that? I don't know. Okay, it does allow you to see it. All right, here we go. Uh-oh. You're seeing everything right now, everything. So, I want to show you a very interesting fact. In fact, teachers spend 7 hours per week simply searching for instructional resources, both free and paid. So, when we talk about a teacher shortage, and teacher burnout, no wonder the average teacher is spending 7 hours per week just searching for resources. On top of that, they're also spending another 5 hours per week creating their own instructional materials. So that means that literally I started doing the math to figure out exactly like, okay, well, how much is that? What does that really mean for teachers? I started doing the math. Okay, there's 12 hours per week. There are 4 weeks per month, 10 months per school year, and the average teacher teaches for about 30 years. So I started doing the math, figured out that that is over 14,000 hours on planning. Literally, did you know that the average teacher wastes over 14,000 hours simply by creating lessons within lesson planning? That's literally 600 days, almost 2 years of the average teacher's life completely wasted on lesson planning. So when we think about feeling burned out, well, it just makes sense. We're wasting 2 years of our lives simply on lesson plans, right? So going back to thinking about burnout, like I stated, it, the screen, and thinking about burnout and the power of avoiding burnout. How do we avoid this? How do we combat these statistics? How do we say that, all right, I'm not about to waste 2 years of my life on lesson plans. I'm not going to spend literally two years. Could you imagine what you can do in 2 years of our lives? So, like I said, I'm gonna give you the solution. So I used to be the teacher, that teacher that was burned out. I was that Title 1 teacher spending hours and hours and hours of my time trying to close the learning gap. And it was in that moment, teaching fifth grade, that I realized that I was combating a system that was bigger than me. It was bigger than me. It was bigger than my classroom, bigger than my children, and I was combating a system set up for people that look like me to literally fall down the cracks and fail. And in order to really dive in and roll up your sleeves and try to help close that gap, you experience burnout. Do I have anybody that's ever taught Title One that knows exactly what I'm talking about? In order to truly dive in and be of assistance to your children, it's like you experience burnout. They're hand in hand. So, how do we prevent burnout? Well, the key thing you have to do, the number one way to avoid burnout, no matter if you're teaching, if you're an entrepreneur in your own business, if you're in the Fortune 500, the answer is always the same. And it's so crazy that the answer is the same, but so many of us educators do not apply this to the classroom. In fact, we continue to add more to our plate and try to figure out how to balance everything. But the key is that balancing has the same trick, the same tool that so many other business owners do. And the key to burnout and avoiding burnout is systems. In fact, you have to set up systems. Well, Aja, what do you mean? Well, I went from being that teacher that was burned out, that teacher that was overwhelmed, that teacher that was spending so much time trying to close the gaps, that I too completely lost myself. I lost myself in my classroom. I was spending so much time pouring out into my children that eventually I looked in the mirror and I was like, who is Aja? And now 10 plus years later, I'm able to come on here, hop on YouTube and help the other teachers, just like me, the young version of myself. I'm able to help them prevent burnout, but I also still valuing high quality instruction, but also still being able to close that same gap that I'm so passionate about closing. And I help these teachers do this through systems. I don't know why I started singing right there, but I help them do it through systems. Well, what do you mean? Well, in order to have systems set in place and prevent burnout, you have to understand the power of the autopiloted system. For example, as a business owner, you start to have funnels. For example, if you go to my website and you download any of my freebies, like for example, I have free kindergarten through fifth grade checklist. I have free games. I have a free charades game. I have a free activity guide. I have a free reading ebook that you can download. And you have all of these different free things that you can download. After that, there is a SIRE system where I give you emails, I give you opportunity to watch my workshop, and there becomes a system. Well, I don't have to do anything. It's not like every time you say, hey, I want to download that, do my physically, personally coming in, giving it to you. No, it is a system that is in place as a business owner. In fact, as all these ads that we see on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, all of those are systems that those businesses have systems in place that run on autopilot. So why can't we implement these same strategies in our classrooms and in our homeschool environments? Well, I'm here to tell you that you can do that. Understanding the power of having autopiloted instruction is the key to preventing burnout. In fact, you can prevent burnout by simply having your reading instruction run on autopilot. Not everything can run on autopilot, and that is why I teach that in my free workshop, The 3 Secrets to Teaching Reading with Ease. And in that workshop, I break down what can be ran on autopilot, what you have to use a different skill for, and how to prevent burnout. But right now, I want to just explain to you that it is possible. It is possible to have autopiloted instruction in your classroom. Just like I stated with the business owner, you can have that same thing run in your classroom. I want you to put in the chat box, what would you do if I could give you an extra 3 hours per week? Like, what would you do with an actual 3 additional hours? Like, I know me, I would probably watch TV. I would be able to actually have a little bit of me time and watch television during 3 extra hours per week. But that is literally what an autopilot system can do. In fact, I teach my entire framework in my free workshop, and in that framework, I show teachers exactly how to use an autopiloted system in order to gain you through a minimum of 3 hours per week. In fact, I'll actually put the link if you want to watch the workshop. Here we go. Sorry. Watch workshop. I'll put that link down below in the chat box so that you have it. But I teach teachers like how to actually get 3 hours. And really, all it is that autopiloted system, having things that run on autopilot within your classroom. And you can certainly do that through things such as close reading, fluency practices, even shared reading can run on autopilot, which so many of us are so burned down. We talked about how much time is actually wasted in creating lesson plans. Almost 2 years of the average teacher's life is completely gone due to lesson planning and lesson planning alone. So imagine saving all of that time by creating an autopiloted system, a system where your instruction runs on autopilot. Well, I want to let you know that it certainly is possible to do. You can do it. I've been doing it in my sleep, and I've helped so many others do the same thing. So I definitely want to invite you to watch the workshop, because in that workshop I go in more detail of how to do this, how to implement it in your classroom. Not only does your instruction run on autopilot, but there's multiple benefits to this system. The first benefit is that students are actually able to grow, that your reading achievement will actually increase because you have predictability and effective instruction that is on autopilot, meaning that every time you go to do a lesson, you're giving high quality instruction, thus helping your children increase their reading achievement. And the great, like, well, I mean, I just said that part was great, but the other part about it is putting yourself first. You're able to have a system, an environment where you are able to gain that additional 3 hours per week. In addition to having an established work-life balance, it is time to teach smarter, not harder. That's what I always teach my clients: teach smarter, not harder. Well, what if I could tell you that you can not only avoid burnout, but I can guarantee you to have even more than that. I'm trying to put this on the screen. I am sorry, my computer is acting really crazy right now, so y'all just kind of get to see everything. But what if I were to tell you? I want you to just imagine this for a moment. I want you to imagine having a bank of lessons that are already primed and ready for engagement. Hello, for Kitty. Night, welcome. For Curdy, I'm sorry, I don't know why I said for Kitty, for Curdy. Imagine if you had a bank of lessons that were already primed for engagement. I'm so excited. I have to mention you real quick. But she became a new member of Teaching by Design. I'm so excited to welcome you in the program. I don't know if you saw my Instagram or not, but I definitely shouted you out. So definitely head over everything_Aja. I definitely gave you a shout out on my Instagram stories on today, but welcome. I'm just talking about the number one way to prevent burnout. And I want you guys to imagine having all this in place. Remember, I said not only will burnout help you have a work-life balance, not only will prevent having systems to prevent burnout, help your children increase with student engagement and reading achievement, but it will also have you can also have a bank of lessons that are already primed, tried, and true for engagement, meaning they're already guaranteed to get children excited to learn. Imagine having a weekly lesson planning system that saves you hours of planning of time each and every week. This was having that system in place that I was just talking about, creating systems to create effective lessons. Hey, Keisha. I was just telling for Kitty, I did a shout out and welcoming you into Teaching by Design. So if you haven't seen it, it's on my Instagram page. So at everything_Aja. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but definitely gave you a shout out. Wanted to officially welcome you into the program. So excited so excited to work with you guys. Also, we talked about, in order to prevent burnout, how you have to have things and systems in place in order to do that. Whoop, whoop. In order to do that, and so in order to do that, you not only have to have systems in place within your instruction, but you have to have things that make that possible. For example, it would be crazy of me to tell you, oh yeah, just come implement this reading instruction, when then you realize that you have all of these roadblocks. In fact, a part of my program with Teaching by Design, the entire first module is just about getting rid of all of the roadblocks, all of the things that can prevent you from creating these systems. We talked about the systems. Creating systems is literally the key to preventing burnout. But in order to have these systems, you have to get rid of some roadblocks that may be holding you back right now. And these roadblocks are things such as schedules, routines, classroom management, and these are the things that boggle you down. Well, what if you had all of that, allowing you to be stress free? What if you had simplicity and clarity, knowing what to teach, when to teach, and how to teach? What if you had effective reading instruction at your fingertips, meaning effective professional development at your fingertips, meaning you don't know how to teach something in reading, and here you are, you're giving a step-by-step tutorial with resources of how you can immediately go and implement it the next day. That's what I love about these trainings and the program with the Teaching by Design, is because teachers are able to go out there and implement it the next day, because you're giving everything you need. And not only are you given all of the resources and all of the trainings at your fingertips, but you're also given the time to actually become the master at these systems. In fact, you'll notice that within your reading instruction, you'll have a system for each part: fluency, reading comprehension, phonics, small group, whole group. All of those things are systems. And the number one reason so many of us are burned out teaching is because we do not have systems set in place, so that our instruction's not running on autopilot. And when our instruction doesn't run on autopilot, means we're literally sitting here like this trying to pile everything on our plate. You said, yay, you're so happy you joined. Thanks for helping. You're starting to already feel burned out. So you're excited about learning to turn things around. Oh yes. Thanks for your support. You're welcome. You're welcome. I cannot wait to see your transformation. I guarantee you that you're gonna feel a whole lot lighter, knowing that all of that overwhelm and burnout will be removed off your plate. So I'm so excited for you already. The biggest step is just to say, hey, I'm in, I'm ready. And you've already done that. So I'm so excited, so excited. Not only do you have all of the professional development at your fingertips already the moment that you join, but you'll also have high reading growth that allows children to not only hit their goals, but actually surpass their goals. And not only will you do that, the number one reason that so many people start something and fail something is because they do not have accountability. They do not have the support in order to actually succeed. So imagine having all of that and being supported with by a professional along the way, meaning that you'll be giving all of the support you need to create all of these systems within your reading instruction. What? What? Well, I want to let you know that all of that is possible. All of this is possible, literally like that. This is all possible for you. In fact, the Keisha for Kitty knows, they just joined me last night. My signature program, Teaching by Design, is officially open. The doors are open only for this week, so it's a very limited amount of time. But this program is the only program out there like it. I promise you, only one. Only one. I have looked, I have searched, and in order to help you guys, literally the old version of me teaching, like I said, I see myself in you guys. I see the younger version of me all the time, and in order to help that person, I had to create a system, something that was breathtaking, never had been done before. And so I want to just share a little bit about my program, Teaching by Design, and we are going to, oh my goodness. Of course, somehow with this, you're going to see my whole screen again. You're going to see the whole screen again. All right. So here we go. All right. So I want you to know that today is the day. Today is the day that you can make a difference. Today is the day that you can finally take that step forward to prevent burnout. But you have two choices. The first choice is you can continue what you're doing, but you will run the risk of being overwhelmed. You saw for Kitty say she's already feeling overwhelmed and she's only a month into school already. This is probably so many of you guys that are already feeling overwhelmed and pressured. And if you keep doing what you're doing, you're just going to feel the same way year after year after year after year. All my veteran teachers can tell you it doesn't get better, it only gets worse. And you'll run the risk of continuing this hamster wheel of spending 12 hours per week planning lessons that really don't work because you do not have systems set in place. Or you can do the second option and you can fast track your results with my signature framework, the ARF framework. And you can implement an easy, systematic rinse and repeat system designated to help you develop engaging, standard based lessons in little to no time while you prevent burnout. And you can do this because I will show you how to have systems in place for every aspect of your reading instruction. My goal is to help you feel completely balanced, happy, get your weekends back. I want you to be able to literally kick back and not work on the weekends. I dread when I hear teachers talking about they're doing lesson plans Sunday nights. I dread when I hear parents say, I stayed up all night trying to figure out what to teach them. No, absolutely not. I want you to use your free time, use your weekends to spend time with your children, spend time with your friends, spend time with your husband, do whatever it is that you want to do. And that's your two options. You can keep doing what you're doing, or you can fast track your results. So I want to show you the key. This is the answer. This is the solution to your burnout problems. In order to go from being burned out and feeling like you do not know what you're doing when it comes to teaching, feeling like you don't have a guide of what to teach, when to teach, or how to teach, I want to teach you, I want to show you the solution. And the solution is teaching by design. This is a simple step by step, rinse and repeat teaching system for increasing achievement while creating engaging standard based lessons in minutes. Remember, I told you in order to avoid burnout, you need to have a system. So, this system is a rinse and repeat teaching system that helps increase reading achievement while also preventing burnout. Teaching by Design is the only self study course and membership that helps teachers and homeschool moms develop simple teaching systems and instructional practices so that they can increase reading achievement by creating engaging standard based lessons in little to no time. Woo! It's the only program out there that gives you step-by-step guidance on creating these effective reading environment, gives you a guide on what to teach, when to teach, and how to teach. Not only do you get the guide, but all of my clients say that when you learn what to teach, when to teach, and how to teach, you are fulfilled with this confidence. This confidence that lets you know that you are doing it. So many of them went from feeling like they were just doing it wrong, or they didn't know what they were doing. They felt insecure, and then they went from that feeling to literally feeling confident, knowing that they knew what they were doing, their children were growing, their head is up high. And it doesn't matter if you are in a homeschool environment, even if you are a working homeschool mom or a full-time teacher, you can get that same confidence when you know what to teach, when to teach, and how to teach, and you have systems set in place for you to do that in a rinse and repeat cycle so that you can do it without being burned out, right? And Teaching by Design is the only program out there that offers monthly calls for support. So you're not just giving all these systems and saying, all right, implement them, I'll see you later. But because Teaching by Design is a membership and a course, you're giving monthly calls so you can get all the support and guidance you need to make this transition for you as effective and seamless as possible. Not only do you get monthly calls, you get 2 support calls a month plus 1 reading professional development call. We'll talk about that in a second. But you're also getting additional monthly bonuses. Teaching by Design is the only program that provides you with all the plug and play templates, fill in the blank scripts, yes, scripts that you'll ever need to create to create lessons that are fun and simple. Well, I want to go through the transformation that your life is literally about to go through the minute you decide to join. You see, for Katie and Keisha down below in the chat box, join. They are ready for this transformation, and I want you to join them also. So, your life before teaching by design, you're feeling overwhelmed. Maybe you feel like there's just never enough time. You're frequently feeling frustrated and you get stuck. Your children absolutely hate reading. Every time you say, "Oh, it's time for reading," they're like, "Ah, I don't want to do this," or your children are grade levels behind. You have too many or not enough resources at all, and you're just stuck. Right? You're stuck, you're overwhelmed, you're ready for a change. Well, after you make that the best decision you'll ever make in joining Teaching by Design, teaching reading will become stress free. You'll learn to have a healthy work life balance. You will know what to teach, when to teach, and how to teach, giving you that confidence that you're missing, that confidence that you're lacking, that confidence knowing that you are not stressed out because you have systems set in place so that your reading instruction can run on autopilot. You'll finally experience the freedom that comes with being prepared and having systems set in place. And your children will begin to not only hit their goals, but also exceed their goals, and they will love reading. Absolutely. So this y'all looking at my whole screen. Gotta have to come back. Have to come back. There we go. I see the hands up in the chat box. Woo, woo. And this is all for you. The whole teaching by design. I can go more in depth, but I want to open the floor for any questions. Even if you're watching the replay, drop your questions down below. I don't want to sit here and spend any more time talking about it. I want you to just join us. I have the link in the chat box so that you can see not only what how amazing I think the program is, but what other people say as well. In fact, we've had dozens of people from homeschool moms to full-time homeschool. So, okay, working homeschool moms, meaning they work full-time jobs and then taught their children in the afternoon. So homeschool, full-time homeschool moms, meaning they're working all day long teaching their child, to of course full-time teachers, and every single one of them has learned the power of having reading instruction run on autopilot so that they can prevent burnout. And every single one of them not only saw the academic growth, but their children started falling in love with reading. This is because I give you a secret tool within the program, and that is my effective interactive read aloud training. And that training has helped so many children fall in love with reading. I know it works. I just am ready to do the same for you. So if you want more information, definitely click the link in the chat box down below. I have an entire workshop where I go over all of this plus more. In that workshop, I will share with you my secret formula, my framework for preventing burnout so that you can create these systems within your instruction. In fact, today only, this is the last day, there is a fast action bonus for anybody that joins today. The fact that the bonus, we've been promoting the workshop, but the bonus does end today. But you get all the other bonuses. The doors close this week. The doors are officially closing again. So many people I know the other week, Brigitte was like, "Can I please get into the program? I am ready." And the doors weren't open yet, but now they are. So I cannot wait for you to join them down below in the chat box. Look, their hands are up. They are ready. They are ready to teach smarter, not harder. And I am here for you. The really great thing about being in this program is you get all of the knowledge, all of the resource, and the support at a reasonable price. What do I mean by reasonable price? Well, I wanted to make this affordable as I possibly can, because hello, I'm one. I've been the overwhelmed teacher. I've been the overwhelmed mom. Right, currently I'm the overwhelmed working mom and homeschool mom. I've been the overwhelmed teacher, so I've been there and I needed the change, but I also was skeptical, probably just like you are right now. Like, what do you mean I can have all of that? It seems too good to be true. And so I wanted to make this a no brainer. I wanted to make this a deal that you just could not refuse. So I thought about something that so many of us get a coffee every single day. When you walk into school, what does every teacher have in their hand? Coffee. Every one of them has coffee. And so for goodness, a cup of Starbucks coffee costs $2.93 per day. And a lot of teachers get that every single day. Well, I wanted to make it not only less than a cup of coffee, but also less than half of a cup of coffee per day. So you can grab this entire life-changing system for less than a cup of coffee per day. Sign me up, right? Absolutely. So, I cannot wait to officially welcome you. I'm sorry, my voice is just like I've been talking a lot, clearly. We did the full blown workshop last night. So if you did not get to catch us live, then definitely watch that replay. It's like I said, it's down below in the chat box so that you can watch it instantly. And then join us within our program so that we can show you how to implement these systems. I have a quote, and this screen, y'all know. But I have a quote from one of my clients, and she said, "Joining Teaching by Design wasn't just a system, but it was actually an experience. It's an experience that she receives each and every month." And then we had another client said that Teaching by Design was the best decision she had ever made. So definitely join these amazing people down below. We've gone live today to answer any questions right here, right now, so I can share with you how to avoid teaching burnout. We have another Q&A coming out. I want to say tomorrow, 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 tomorrow. And then the doors close on Friday. He said, I joined. Okay, so we're able to put this on here. He said, Aja, I joined to finish part of Teaching with Ease. Am I able to transition to the full system? Say, trying to get understand what the question is. So you joined to finish part of Teaching with Ease. You mean the workshop? I might need a little bit of clarity so that I understand what your question is. So you said you joined to finish part of Teaching with Ease. And are you able to transition to the full system? Are you meaning between the tier 1 and tier 2 as far as just doing the membership and doing the membership with working with me one-on-one consulting? Is that what you're asking? The upgrade part? Let me know, because I want to make sure I answer your question correctly. I think that's what you're meaning. Are you meaning to upgrade? Okay, so let me explain what I think you mean, why you type and say, yes, that's what I mean. So the great thing about Teaching by Design is I want to offer as much support as you possibly need. And I want to make this as affordable as I possibly can. So there are two tiers to the program. You have tier 1, which is okay, awesome. Okay, so that is what you're talking about. All right, so let me show you. You said you think you had the system that had tier 1. Yes, that is what you went ahead and did. Yes, you can upgrade right now because the doors are open. All right, so let me share with you. All right, here we go. So this is I'm waiting for it to come through. All right, there's like a little bit of a lag. In fact, hold on. Are you able to see it? I don't think you're able to see it. Technology. Yep, you weren't able to see a thing. I'm just sitting here showing everything. So yes. So I was trying to show it. I was trying to show the slide, but hey, technology didn't want to do that. Absolutely, you are able to go ahead and upgrade. So I will go ahead and send you an email with the links because you just joined, so you didn't receive the upgrade emails. So I'll go ahead and send it to you literally as soon as this ends, and you can upgrade to the one-on-one consulting. So the great thing about the two tiers, so tier one is just membership, so you get all the group calls, you get the everything I've explained so far. And then for people that are like me, because that's literally how I am, that's why I thought about the me in mind that want somebody to hold their hand and actually do it for them. Hello. And not only just do it for them, a lot of my clients do the one-on-one. They enjoy the whole, like, hey, well, can you do this for me? They enjoy, the one-on-one experience. Well, with the upgraded part, you get everything with Teaching by Design and all the bonuses, the support calls, you get the monthly goodies, because you also get monthly digital products to use within your classroom. But you will also get one-on-one calls each and every month. You'll also receive one-on-one feedback. There's monthly challenges with feedback every single month. And you also get 24/7 access to me via Voxer. So, hey, I love it. You signed up yesterday. Let's go ahead and upgrade. So, for example, one of my one-on-one clients before I hopped on here, she was just on Voxer and we were just boxing each other. It's like a walkie-talkie app, and you have 24/7 access to me every single time I offer that. People are like, that was life changing. So, absolutely. So, I'm going to email you right after this to give you the link for, and it'll upgrade your package. So that's really why you didn't get it, because you just signed up. But normally this is the time that people can upgrade their services. So the really great thing is you can always downgrade, but you can only upgrade during open enrollment. And for some of you guys that may have this, I get a lot of the same questions, like, who is this for? Who does this help exactly? It helps all pre-K through fifth grade teachers, homeschool parents, teach reading with ease. Period. So the systems, the ARF framework, like I was talking about earlier, my signature framework helps you no matter who you are in that spectrum, create systems in place so that you can teach reading with ease. And I teach you how to do that no matter the grade level. For those of you guys that know a little bit about me, being a curriculum specialist, I've literally been over all the grade levels, kindergarten through fifth grade, over the last 6 years. And so I'm used to literally helping all the grade levels. And I did not want to stop that. I realized that that's really where my passion is. I'm passionate about helping close that gap and making teaching as simple as it can. It doesn't have to be so complicated. Have you ever realized that so many times we do stuff that's just so complicated? So I'll definitely email you as soon as I get off of here. All right. So if anybody else has any questions, feel free, drop your questions down below in the chat box. Even if you're watching the replay, you'll notice that when you get on www.everythingaja.com/join, if you have any questions, in the bottom right hand corner of the sales page, it does say message me, and you can literally just send a message right there and it will come directly to me. I literally get it on my phone, and I don't really go anywhere without my phone. I mean, so you'll be getting an instant response to your question. Well, I can't wait to welcome even more of you guys into the program, Teaching by Design. And while the doors are open, if you have any additional questions, let me know. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Q&A in case you have any more questions. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Can't wait to welcome you.